How did this just happen, man? we were just taking photos of a car. Woo! The sun has set, guys. Let me show you guys what we're working with right here. Check out this, guys. It is absolutely, it's kind of blown out, but it's gorgeous. This is where we're at right now. We have made it to Okinawa, Japan, and I just wanted to come on here, update you guys on life lately, Japan, how it's been. It's been an interesting journey to get here where I'm at right now in Okinawa. I'm definitely towards the end of my journey in Japan. So if you guys don't know, 30 days in Japan. I have about a week and some change left, and we are in Okinawa. Think of Okinawa as like the Hawaii of Japan. It's like, I mean, Japan's an island, but it's like an island within an island, you know, surrounded by water. Like when you're in mainland Japan, if you will, like Tokyo, it doesn't feel like you're on an island. It's a pretty big piece of land, and then being in cities, it just definitely doesn't feel like you're like on an island. But this definitely reminds me of Hawaii. So prior to being out here in Japan, prior to coming to Japan, I was in Hawaii for 1 month. I do not want this thing to blow away. So I was in Hawaii for a month, started the trip out there, and it's been great. So I was in Hiroshima. I want to talk about that. That's where I was for the last week. And sorry if I sound a little off. I'm literally recovering from a cold. I got like a sore throat, and like I got sick. That was rough. And that was in Hiroshima, actually. And I still went out, definitely took like a day and just kind of rested. But other than that, I went out, still saw Hiroshima and what it had to offer. And some memorable highlights from Hiroshima. Literally, as soon as I got there, I went to there's like a building, it's called the A-bomb building. And if you guys aren't familiar, Hiroshima is the first town in human history that an atomic bomb was used. And they used an atomic bomb in like 1945. It killed like 100 and almost 50,000 people. And this town got completely destroyed. And here lies this building from the past, from when that happened. And it's like, it's so crazy to think about, here we are 80 years later, and just walking around Hiroshima and seeing the city, you wouldn't really think that, that was a part of its history. It's crazy to think like what they've done in the last 80 years. It's a beautiful city. Definitely, if you're coming to Japan, go check out Hiroshima. It is really nice. And while walking around out there, obviously wandering around with my camera, I had my camera with me. I came across this like very vintage Japanese car. It was a Nissan 180 SX, I believe it was. And just instantly started taking pictures of it. Thought it was a super cool car. I'm a car guy. I like cars. And I knew that was it just had like the Japan vibe, you know what I mean? So I started taking pictures of it. And some other guy had the same thought process. He had his camera, started taking pictures of it as well. And then we both were like, showing the back of each other's cameras, like, check out this shot I got, check out this shot I got. And then the owner came up to us, an older Japanese gentleman, really cool guy. He was speaking in Japanese. Obviously, I don't speak Japanese. And then the guy that I was with, that I just met, he didn't speak Japanese. So we busted out Google Translate. Long story short, he was like, do you guys have an hour? And we both looked at each other like, hell yeah, what's up? Like, and next thing you know, we're in the car with this man going down some crazy back roads. This man is ripping it ripping through gears. And it's nothing like when somebody knows their car and then knows the roads. That's a very beautiful combination right there. And we made it to this spot, this like very low-key spot that I think there's maybe one other person there. And I love spots like that when there's not like, it's not like a touristy spot. It's definitely like a local spot, like a local, you gotta know this spot exists, you know what I mean? So he took us there, and the timing was absolutely phenomenal. Watched the sunset, watching the sun just set behind the mountains. Beautiful, you know, with the city in the foreground, and then having the water off in the distance, and then mountains. It's just made for like a very beautiful moment. And it was very quiet up there. Like I said, nobody was up there. So that was like one of the first nights in Hiroshima, and I was just like, damn, this shit is fucking beautiful. And I very much appreciate that gentleman. Actually, what I did, I ran into him again, and I was like, I wanna, like, he gave us that amazing ride. He let us try some like food that he had with him, and I was like, fuck, I gotta do something. I didn't have like, you know, I took cool pictures, and I was like, how can I give him these photos? Like, we tried to do the Google Translate and tried to like say, hey, what's your email? He was like, no email, like miscommunication, if you will. Couldn't really get on the same wavelength. So I was like, okay, I don't have my printer, but we're in Japan. I know people print out photos here. So I went to a local printer shop nearby, printed out the photos, and then I was at the hostel, and the receptionist, I was like, hey, can you help me? She was Japanese. I was like, can you translate this? Just like, thank you so much for the ride. Thank you for allowing me and my friend to tag along with you and showing us that beautiful spot. I hope you enjoyed these photos. Basically wrote that in Japanese. It was like 10 photos. I came across them again, and I gave him the photos. And he was very, very thankful. And just little things like that just made my day. Like, I was just like, you know, that's what it's about. And that's what I'm learning with like photography. It's like, the photos are amazing. Like, I love photography. I love the like story aspect, the like documentation aspect of, you know, documenting this moment. And then there being like a deeper story within that photo, within that frame. And I personally will always remember that. Like, when I look at those images, I think about the man, I think about, you know, him racing down these roads to the top of this like mountain, and just meeting this other guy. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy to think about. And it also started me going down this rabbit hole of like, you know, this camera that I carry around. I literally carry around this camera pretty much everywhere, the Leica M11-P. It's a little black box, and the amount of doors that it has opened, and just like in the sense of like people I've met through just having my camera with me. You know, the opportunities, like if I didn't have my camera that moment and I was just, you know, just taking a picture with a phone real quick, would he have came up to me? You know, I don't know. I really don't know, but I can tell you this, that this camera has been insane in the amount of like conversations it started. And I mean, that's something you don't think about when you buy a camera. Like, just by wearing a camera, it already says so much about you. You know, I wear this camera pretty much everywhere, and people come up to you like, nice camera, whether it's like a quick compliment or we start talking about, you know, it's a Leica, it's an amazing camera. It is definitely a premium product, if you will. And some people have never even seen these cameras. Like, they know about Leica, but they never seen one in person, let alone held one. And I always make it like a priority. I always, you know, if somebody's genuinely interested, I always let them hold it. I always let them like try to shoot with it and like use the manual rangefinder and feel the manual rangefinder experience, you know what I mean? I literally today, like, I was getting coffee. I'm here in Okinawa getting coffee, and the the lady, the barista, if you will, was like, that's such a nice camera. That's a nice camera, Leica. Like, she knew about it. She was into photography, and we just started talking. And I let her try it out, and she took a picture of me, and it was just so cool. It's such a cool interaction, and like, just by having this freaking camera, like, it's a beautiful thing. It really is. And I'm gonna keep carrying this freaking camera around everywhere I go, and just documenting this life. You know, another thing that happened in Hiroshima with this camera was literally just was wandering around like I always do, and just so happened that there was a BMX tournament going on, and I was like, okay, let's see what this is talking about. And it was a bunch of like little kids that day. You know, it was so beautiful. It was so beautiful seeing like kids being so passionate about like their interest, their hobby. And I was like, you know, I'm gonna take some photos. Started taking photos, and it's like those photos, the ones where you're just having fun. I look back on that work very fondly. I look back on that work and just am like, hell yeah, like those are sick photos. And they weren't like, none of that was planned. The car guy, the photos of the kids with the BMX bikes doing tricks, it's not planned. Like, I'm literally just stumbling upon this. It's just happening before my eyes, and I'm there with the camera in the right place at the right time. Like, that's what photography for me is all about. It's all about just documenting these rare, beautiful moments in this life. You know, I'm in this really interesting chapter in life, traveling the world, backpacking the world. And when you backpack the world, you just see a lot of really interesting things. And my thing, I just want to be able to document what I see as best I can. So that's what I'm doing. And the BMX thing, you know, seeing the kids doing their things, falling, you know, getting back up, cheering each other on, it was it was fucking amazing, man. It was literally like, it was amazing. You know, I saw a lot of like myself in them, in the sense that like trying new tricks in life. That's what I saw in them. You know, getting back up after you fall and just keep going. And that's what those kids were relentless, bro. You know, they're doing their tricks, they're all cheering each other on, practicing, keep going, and just doing their thing, man. That was a beautiful moment. I'm glad I got to document that. And like I said, with photography, you know, an outsider might look at the image and say, oh, that's a cool picture. But like, I want to be able to better tell that story of, you know, what happens in between the frames. And that's kind of where I'm like, I'm definitely, my head is going nowadays with photography. You know, it's all about storytelling. I want to be able to tell stories within my images. And, you know, I write, I make these YouTube videos. I want to become a better storyteller and tell those stories of what's happening in between the frames. I think that is a beautiful thing. Another thing recently that I did, last thing I did want to talk about real quick, it's getting kind of dark, guys. I'm losing light here, so I'm gonna have to make this one quick. But since getting my 50mm lens, I literally don't have it on, but I've had this lens on my camera since pretty much the day I bought it. Changing your lens in general with the camera just changes your entire perspective on what you're seeing. And that's definitely what happened with my photography lately with switching to this lens. And then also a byproduct of that, I was like, you know, let's try something different. Let's just go out at night with this lens and let's go create. And I literally just went out. I found myself 1 a.m. out in the streets. This was like one of the early nights getting to Okinawa, where I am now, and just went out and wandered around. And it was very much like a therapeutic moment, a moment where I just was very in the moment, in the present moment, just like, wow, you know, we're out here, we're just in this city, you know, all of it is new to me. What do I see? What's something that's catching my eye? And that's what that night photography taught me. Literally just out open mind, open heart, and create it. And, you know, I look at those images, they aren't my best images. You know, I definitely have shot more interesting subject matter, if you will. It's not about that, you know, it's about just going out there, creating, having fun, trying something new, and showing up. It's really about just showing up for yourself, for your whatever whatever it is you're pursuing, whatever you're trying to create, the art you're trying to bring into this world. It's about the process, falling in love with the process and showing up for yourself and doing the work. End of the day, you know, that's really what I'm learning. And you're gonna have good days, you're gonna have bad days, but you just gotta make it through and keep going. Man, I swear, being sick is like the fucking worst, bro. Like, stuffy nose, terrible, bro. But we out here. What else can I do, bro? You know, you gotta keep going, man. You know, better days are ahead, definitely, when it comes to my sickness. But closing thoughts, we are, like I said in the beginning of this video, we're coming to an end with Japan, unfortunately. It's been a beautiful time here. The next video will be pretty much the last video on Japan. And I love this place. I'm gonna definitely come back here. When I come back here, I feel this trip, this last 30 days, I have been kind of hitting like a lot of the touristy spots. Tokyo, Kyoto, Osaka, Nara, Fuji. I hit Hiroshima. I was like, where was the last place? So yeah, I hit like kind of all the touristy spots, if you will. And when I come back, I want to go more off the beaten path. I want to go to the spots the tourists don't go. And when I do come back to Japan, that's kind of where my thought process is and where I want to go. So with that, with Japan coming to an end, what's next? Jordan, where are you going next, man? So last video I mentioned Australia was a runner-up, and I'm looking like logistically and what makes the most sense. I literally didn't pack any like cold clothes, like jackets or big thick pants and boots. I didn't pack none of that. I packed for Hawaii. So like all my clothes are tailored to warm climates. And by time this Japan, you know, next week and a half-ish, lining that up, the next spot will most likely be Australia, guys. I said in the last video, but I literally got my visa situated for Australia, and I think that's next. So definitely stay tuned, guys. You guys are getting like, you're getting the real deal. You know, I'm figuring this shit out as I go. Like, I'm doing this shit as I go. I did not plan any of this in advance. Literally going with the flow. I'm taking time to just travel the world. This is a new chapter in my life. Oh, the sun is just setting. It's so beautiful. And we're here. We're here right now in freaking Okinawa, Japan. And I'm literally like just looking around like this is insane. It's beautiful. I gotta show you guys the sunset. 1 second, and then we'll resume what we were talking about. I hope you guys can see that. Look at this shit, guys. This is where we're at right now. Like, go out there, chase your dreams, do what you want to do in this life. We are given this one life. We have this one opportunity to go make this a reality. Whatever dreams you have, whatever you want to do, you get this one opportunity. So, oh, god damn, the sun, bro. Look at that. I don't know if y'all can see that. Let me zoom in. Hopefully, maybe. Who knows? All right, back to the show. So yeah, hopefully, you know, if you made it this far, I greatly appreciate you. Thank you for tuning in to this guy with a camera that's just wandering around the world. It's crazy. It's really crazy. That's like time and day and age we live in. I'm about to go down like a rabbit hole. It's so beautiful. Like here we are. I'm in Japan. You watching this video, you could be in Africa right now. and literally we're connecting over the internet. Like, it is such a crazy time to be alive, and I'm very thankful and blessed for this opportunity. I feel like I was born at a perfect time, and I think about like the future, you know, a whole bunch of stuff, and like, yeah, this path that I'm on, this is where I was meant to be, right here. So very thankful, very blessed, and I just want to do my best, and I'm gonna just keep going, keep on going, keep trucking, keep going. You know, there's no, what's the plan B? Like, there's no plan B for me. So anywho, if you guys are into more of my thoughts, I'm trying to become a better storyteller. I'm trying to just be better with my images that I capture, with my writing, and piggybacking off of writing. I write, and I'm trying to get better. I write a weekly newsletter. It is The Lens of Life. Link will be in the description. Literally just my thoughts. It is the self-actualization through the lens of life is what I coined it. And if that's something that you might find interesting, definitely go check it out. I write once a week. I come out with a video once a week. Some exclusive photography, some exclusive photos are in that newsletter. So definitely check that out. And then also where I post my photos is on Instagram. All right, I'm gonna take a photo of this sunset because it is going down quick, boys. 1 second with the camera so you guys can see that this is not fake. Come on, buddy. All right, this is a 35. Damn. I don't know if y'all can see that. Let me try like 11. Hold up. Okay. Yeah, so where I also post my photos is on Instagram. All my banger shots, I put them on Instagram first. So link for that will be in the description. And with that, I'm at this hostel. I'm about to go downstairs, edit this video, and just chill out and get ready for tomorrow. We got some adventures around Okinawa, so be on the lookout for this Okinawa content. It's gonna be great. Anywho, with all that being said, it's been a pleasure. Thank you for tuning in, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.